just let me know once we go live.
We are live. Hi guys! We are back with another MAGOSPHERE stream, and today we have very special guest Vera. Thank you so much, Vera, for joining. How's your day?
Hello, it's good. I think we can turn off the music a little bit quieter.
Yes,
I don't know if it's just me. It sounds a bit loud. Yeah, thank you for having me. Oh, this is perfect. Let's just make sure everything is working for all of us.
Yep. I'm going to quickly check abstract, X, everywhere. We're streaming correctly. Just give me a couple seconds. Thank you, everybody, for coming back. This is another MAGOSPHERE stream where we talk about Millie and friends. Today, we have very special guest Vera, who is the marketing strategist for Pudgy Penguins. So we're going to be talking a lot about Pudgy Penguins. We're also going to be talking about Millie. We have a little bit of a surprise for people in the Pudgy Penguins community that you guys might like and appreciate. So yeah, stick till the end and find out what that's about. Ooh. Okay, we are properly live on abstract as well. Everything is looking great. All right, so I'm just going to quickly bring this up.
So is our audience mostly English-speaking, Japanese, American, Korean? I'm curious.
Usually a little, maybe like 20% Japanese people, but the rest are from all over the world. It's a little bit different from the usual times we stream. When we stream during that time, which is 11 a.m. JST, it's a lot more like people from America, maybe some India. Not so much Europe because it's like 3 a.m. for them there.
Know.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Let's get
Minna,
straight.
Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa.
Wow, Komochi.
Sugoi. Okay.
I was going to ask you to introduce yourself in Japanese.
Hi, Vera です。私はパッジペンギンのマーケティングストラテジスト。今日はあなたと話せてよろしいです。よろしくお願いします。
Oh, すごい.
Wow. Did you learn that just for the stream or just?
No. 昔は日本のインフルエンサーさんだったよ。
I never knew that.
でも日本語全然上手じゃないです。
I did not.
At
all.
What? That's awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome. Wow. Okay, so let me just bring this up real quick. But
oh my god, that's us.
Yes, so I just wanted to kind of do a mini introduction, kind of maybe tell everybody about how we met. I couldn't find a picture with Sora in it because Sora was too busy talking with Foxy, who is also another member from Pudgy Penguins, but this is where we met in February in Hong Kong. It was a side event for our consensus. It was called the Abstract Ecosystem Day, and it was the very first time Abstract kind of held an IRL event together where all the Asian committee and representatives gathered, and just an amazing time. We met for the first time there. How was your experience? I remember that was right when you joined the Pudgy Penguins and you were kind of starting to explore Web3, and it's been not half a year but a couple of months since that. So how was that event?
So it's actually so crazy to me that we get to talk now because that was my very, very first Web3 conference and Web3 event in general. I joined Pudgy in December as a marketing strategist, but I was always responsible for all the Web2 kind of things. So social media, TikTok, Instagram, like the new projects that we are having and like some games. So I was always in the Web2. I never interacted with the Web3 world at all up until Consensus, where actually I joined as a part of Abstract just to help them out a little bit with the Green Room, one of the events they had. And this is how my journey in Web3 started, because I went to Consensus. I got to meet people from the community. I got to meet people from Pudgy team, from Abstract. And then I was like, oh my God, it's like, I was so blown away, honestly, because there are so many DJs in a good way, like so many fun people, so many creative people, so many builders. And I remember during that Abstract event, I talked to you, I talked to Sora, you showed me your project, and I was like so impressed because I've seen your project on Instagram. As a Web2 girl, like those, like the animations, like the Ghibli looking animations, like that amazing artist, I've seen them before. Like I've seen it so many times, and when knowing that, oh, you guys are behind that, or like you work with those people, I was like, wow, this is so cool. Like Web3 has so many creative people. Yeah, and I'm happy I stick around. Yeah.
Oh, that means a lot to us. I never actually knew that, that artist is called Kaniza, by the way. She creates a lot of Ghibli style animations all on her iPad, actually. Even the sounds,
Oh,
editing, coloring, everything. But yeah,
I wonder
very
what software she's using. Maybe Procreate.
No, it's not Procreate.
No.
I will check, but it's not Procreate. That is all I know.
I see. Yeah. As an artist myself, like it's always very interesting for me to see more people who actually like post and create shit. So I always support that.
Oh yeah, I definitely want to talk about your art too. I've seen it on the timeline. It's amazing. I definitely want you to show the people maybe towards the end.
Sure.
Sora, did you have anything? I see you.
I was gonna say, like, I saw a drawing she did, but probably it's something that we can't reveal, so I'm not gonna comment too much. But yes, Vera is very great artist. She can speak Japanese, so many talents. So yeah.
Oh no,
I'm
just arigato.
Yeah, but even during that Hong Kong ecosystem day, we saw so many people from different countries. Like everyone I talked to was from literally a different country. They're like, I'm from Hong Kong, I'm from Malaysia, Japan, Korea, like Australia, everywhere. So I love that it was a very successful and fun event where everybody got to get together and just make great connections like this. So yeah, very grateful. And I also know that you went to other Pudgy events apart from Hong Kong. I also wanted to hear a bit about that, but how has that been?
Right. So I would say ever since Hong Kong, I got a little bit addicted. So I kind of decided to, and also since I'm staying in Asia right now, I'm living in Asia, so traveling around here is pretty like affordable. So I decided to visit as many events as I could. So I went to Thailand. There was a conference that actually got canceled because of the earthquake, but all the side events, the Pudgy, we still kept our events to support the community. And we used one of them to actually donate money to people who had some issues during the earthquake. And then I went to Hong Kong again for another conference. And then I went to Dubai for Token. And that was the biggest one so far. That was, oh my God, Token was legendary. Like there are still stories about it. It was really, really fun. I got to meet people from the HQ team. So even though I work for the HQ, I never met them in person before because usually no one comes to Asia. It's too far. But Dubai was kind of the middle point for all of us to get together. And that was incredible. I've met a whole abstract team. I've met a lot of people from the HQ. I've met a lot of people from like different companies as well. And yeah, it was very, very nice. I really like those events. Like they hold such a special energy, something that's so hard to replicate. And I keep repeating that Pudgy's event, they're never about just networking and drinking, you know, like getting a snack, like saying like, oh, I built this project. Oh, this is like my whatever. But it's about creating a special memory. It's about doing something together. And that really makes you bond with the team, get to know people, like, for example, hiking or like doing an activity, like, or in Malaysia, we played pickleball. And I joined the pickleball tournament. Taken it, played 3 times. They're like, yo, tournament? I'm like, hell yeah, like, let me do that. But it's such a core memory, you know, and that's why it's so special.
Yeah, and it's special because Web3, like more or less, people have kind of the same years of experience, so it's very easy to connect with one another compared to other industries, is what I feel like. So that's a great aspect of it. I was particularly interested in the Dubai event because I saw so many pictures, I saw so many people attending. Some of the only complaints I saw was that Dubai is just so hot and blistering, but that's about it. And all the others were just straight up compliments, and we wish we were there too.
Honestly, like as a Russian Canadian, when it's 40 degrees, I was like, I don't know how to function. I just stayed home. Honestly, one good thing about Dubai, there are a lot of ACs, and you can live your life by just staying indoors. Yeah. So, and sunscreen everywhere.
Yeah, the UV. Goodness. And we have a couple of friends joining the chat. Hi, Steve C.
Time to read the chat.
Yeah, throw in questions, comments, come join anytime.
All the questions, please.
Yes.
Oh yeah, and feel free to interrupt me if you need to talk to chat. I know it's super important, so give the chat love and attention. And thank you guys for being here.
That's why I'm here.
Thank you, Sora. Thank you.
Yeah, if you want to
Yeah.
talk to me, come to chat.
Yep. Please. Chats are open. But so are you in Korea right now for another Pudgy related, or are you just kind of all around the place? Is digital nomad kind of another like top positive thing about this role?
I'm in Korea. I do want to meet some people, and do want to see if I can get to meet the community people from Pudgy and just Web3 in general. I have some friends living in Seoul, but honestly, this is the first time I went here just because I really felt like that's the right thing to do. Sometimes I get the calling to go to a certain place, and I'm like, I need to be there. And I love June in Seoul, and yeah, honestly, there's no reason for me to be here. I just wanted, I don't know. Oh, in Korea, so in Seoul, they have this place called Isaac Toast, and it's the best bread with
I
egg.
know. Well, Isaac Toasters, it's so good.
That's why I'm here. Honestly, that's why I'm here. I want
Oh
the
my
toast.
goodness. Yeah, that's a fire recommendation actually. When we met at Hong Kong, we were actually talking about how you have plans going to Korea later in the year, and maybe if we can meet up, that'd be great. But yeah, okay.
Did
maybe
I?
you don't
Did I talk?
remember.
Oh my, that's crazy. No, because like I already went to like so many random countries. I didn't expect I'll be in Dubai. I didn't expect I'll be in Thailand. I honestly don't plan my life anymore. I just kind of follow the flow. But I'm really hoping we can meet in August in Japan.
Are you gonna come
really
to?
want to come.
Are you gonna
I
come
want
to
to.
like the WebEx
I would love
IDS?
to. I would love
Ooh,
to.
okay. Yeah, now that you're in Asia, I think it's a lot easier to kind of travel around
I
and
think so.
peep in the other events. So yeah, thank you. That's amazing. I'm very happy for you. It sounds like such an amazing shift, and yeah, you're just killing it. Your socials are growing. I see you
Thank
everywhere.
you. Oh my God. When we met, I had 200 followers. Like 2 months ago,
know.
200 followers. I'm like, no one. I was like, what's blockchain? How do I do X? What? And again, I was like, what's bull market? Like, what are all these words? And I was like, ChatGPTing everything. But yeah, I'm working really hard.
Yeah, that kind of leads me to my next question. But now that you have this role and you kind of moved in pretty rapid shift from Web 2 to Web 3, what might you advise other people if they want to enter Web 3? Like, yeah.
That's
What
a
are some
really good question. So I guess when you want to switch from Web 2 to Web 3, what do you do? And that was me asking myself that question and like Googling this question. First of all, do not watch YouTube videos about crypto and shit. That's the worst thing ever. I tried and I was like, and then now especially realizing the big gap between like the content on YouTube and whatever actually happens on X. And that's a side conversation, but I think one of the reasons why, because things change on X so rapidly that you literally cannot do YouTube content about it. Like what was relevant today, it's not relevant tomorrow. But anyway, one of the best advices I was giving by my good friend Zaid from shout out Zaid from Pudgy Penguin team. He said, follow a bunch of people on X, follow people from the community you want to be a part of, which for me was Pudgy, because I'm obsessed with Pudgy. I love Pudgy. And I followed all the KOLs, all the like PP, Burko, like all of those peoples. And I was just reading the tweets. I was reading what they're talking about. I started joining every single space I could. Like I have a goal of joining 100 spaces in 2 months. And I was just not just joining, but also like be a speaker, a co-host, or host. So I set myself very high plank. Will I hit it? Probably not. But at least I like putting myself the standard I really want to get to. So I started joining every single space. And then Chinsanity, he invited me to the very first space. And he's like, be a speaker. And I'm like, bro, me? Like, again, I was like, are you sure? And he was like, hey, of course, just join. And then again, we talked about some personal brand. Like, there's so many things that apply from Web 2 to Web 3. So everybody, if you guys want to join Web 3, I feel like you already have the skill set and the knowledge that people in Web 3 would really, really appreciate. So just come with an open heart, with an open mind, and start sharing what you already know with people in Web 3. And then they will share what they know with you. And it's going to be such a good exchange. But yeah, just I'm really vocal about not being afraid to fail. Because once I gave myself this permission that it's okay to not know things. It's okay to be stupid. Like I walk into the room full of people who are very knowledgeable. They are all like incredible people, super talented people I look up to. They build their projects. They've been in the industry for like many, many years. I walk in a room and I know I don't know anything. but I come to them and I ask them questions, and I just get them to talk, and I just listen everything they're saying, and that's, I feel like, the fastest way to learn. Yeah.
No, I love that. I think it's solid advice, starting from how you mentioned YouTube is not really the place to go to. And I also love that you mentioned you join a lot of spaces, because I think it's one of the best ways to grow, especially on X, now on stream as well, now that Abstract is offering this feature. And my next question was actually, now when we met, you mentioned you had 200 followers. Now it's growing. Well, you right now mentioned like following people, hopping on spaces is one of the best ways to network and grow. Would you say that's your advice to grow your followers and presence in the Web3?
Definitely spaces, joining spaces, talking on spaces, like sharing your opinion, also posting every single day. Like there is nothing that can beat consistency. Consistency, regardless what you do, any platform, any social media, consistency is still the key. It's still the key to the algorithm. Algorithm likes when you interact with the platform, when you join the spaces. And if you post every single day, reply to all the comments, that's what I do. And for me, this is not a job. Like, I don't do this because I want to make money, or I want to, like, I do this because I genuinely love interacting with people. I think that's why I have endless motivation, because it doesn't end when I fail. It doesn't end when something doesn't perform well, because I'm like, I got to talk to people. Like, that's why I joined spaces as well. Like, host spaces with no experience. Yo, it was so scary to host my first spaces. I was like panicking.
It's like talking to like a dark in like a room with nobody, right?
No, thankfully, I had people, but it was even scarier, because like, what if my mic is shit? What if I say something wrong? And I did say wrong things. Like, it's inevitable, but it's just like you keep doing it. Yeah, posting, joining spaces, and show people your personality. Like, copy pasta is great, but you need to show your personality. People need to like you for you.
100%. Yeah, thank you. That again is solid advice. You said like following the community and like exchanging information, things like that is very helpful for you to grow and get to learn more about the space. But recently, Sora, I know you know too, but Sora got a little pudgy. And I know that you field a lot from the community and everything. How is that? Like, your account is growing
First
too.
of all, congrats, Sora! Congrats!
Thank you. Arigatou gozaimasu. Yeah, I mean, like, I heard a lot about like how welcoming the community is, but once and it took a while for me to get one, just because I'm so picky. I want the right one, and I was waiting. Maybe it'll go down a little bit, then it went up, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe I have to start picking soon, or it's gonna keep going up. That feeling you get when you FOMO. But yeah, I really found one that I feel kind of represents myself and where I'm from. And once I bought it, literally, I think I was like spending the whole day replying to people, because there were just so many comments about welcoming me.
Can we put it on the screen? Because I really want people to see, because Sora's little Pudgy is the cutest one. It has a very nice kimono. I absolutely love it. I think people really should see it.
The kimono is such a nice feel. It gives like Japan vibes. And we were, anecdote, but we were talking about how we should get a blue Pudgy because Harvest Hall color is blue. But I ended up getting a pink one, and I think it's perfect.
Yeah, I mean, when Pudgy, when Mochi. I think there were like several comments about Mochi getting her Pudgy, but like immediately Pudgy Penguins, they followed me.
We'll convince. We'll onboard you in the huddle. Bring you in the huddle.
We'll stream when you
no escape.
With you though, Vera, did you immediately buy a little Pudgy, or?
I got my Pudgy in February.
Okay.
No, wait, not February. March,
right? Yeah,
after my second Hong Kong event. Yeah.
Okay,
and my Pudgy is the cutest thing ever. I love my Pudgy.
So cute. Pudgies are so cute.
I know. It's
amazing. People from Pudgy Malaysia, they gifted me this amazing leather case for my laptop with my Pudgy printed. It's such a good quality, and it's super cute. I love it so much.
That's so cute. Oh my God, I wasn't sharing my screen apparently.
I know.
I forgot something important.
I actually, I also received these.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
So that is, I want that plushie most right now. It looks so squishy.
It's the cutest one, my favorite little guy. I take him on the plane everywhere. So
I don't know where my
That is way too cute. Can I pull up the screen for your little Pudgy?
Yeah, sure.
We have so many very chaotic.
There's so many things.
I know, but it's fun. I like chaotic streams. It has better energy than I don't like when it's too structured. Oh,
yeah.
so cute!
Yeah. Oh, very cute.
Omedetou!
Oh my gosh. It really like gets me off guard when you speak.
I was asking our Jojo, who's like usually a part of the stream. It's also the creative lead of pretty much everything that we do. And our illustrator who helps draw us amazing content. Kind of helped me decide on what I should get, because I couldn't decide. I was just like spending like literally a month trying to figure out what I want. But they said like the eyes look like me apparently, and then the fish and the yukata kimono style. It's really the Japan culture. So, and pink, it's cute.
Yeah.
So
I like that it's pink. I like it so much.
Yeah. But yeah, look at just all the likes and comments and super welcoming.
Yeah, can definitely see the strong support and community from the Pudgy Penguins. They even make like your little like custom arts, and
they welcome me with these like templates. Yeah.
That's why I feel like I got so incredibly lucky that the community I joined Web3 with is Pudgy community, because not many, I would say it's the only community that's this welcoming, this nice to everybody, and this supportive.
And it's very genuine, it's not forced. They just really have a great time. They really love new people to enter the huddle with them and grow the culture community together. It's amazing.
I think with Pudgies, the entry point is kind of like easier compared to like maybe Azuki, because people immediately think of like, oh, anime with Azukis. But for Pudgies, it's like, oh, it's cute, or like, oh, it's like talking about environment, or like, oh, it's this great NFT community. So there's a lot of like entry points, different reasons for you to join the Pudgy Penguins community. So that's what I must join the huddle. I can't be yapping all this without having
We would love to have you here. We would love to have you here for sure.
Yes. Definitely. For people who want to join the Pudgy Penguin community, or maybe like even learn more about the NFT project, everything, where can they start? Like, what would you recommend, Vera?
I think there is no place to like learn. Like, I mean, I guess if you want to be technical, I'm the wrong person to ask. But like, what I do recommend is just, again, follow people on X, start interacting with people, share your personality. Of course, get the little Pudgy or big Pudgy. That's really encourage you to do that. But even if you don't want to do that, still, like, even interacting with our Web2 stuff. We have a lot of amazing games coming up, like the Pudgy World, the biggest game. We have the game I closely work with called Pudgy Icebreakers, where you actually have a lot of different prompts and cards to connect with people. Something we should definitely maybe do next stream. I think that would be super fun. Yeah, just,
They're like physical cards?
It's a digital game. It's called Pudgy Icebreakers. And you can play it from anywhere on your phone and your laptop. It's totally free. And there are a lot of different decks. It's like cards, but it's like online, so you can have it like anywhere. I love that game.
Very interesting. I'm definitely gonna check that out. Let's do it on another stream. It sounds a lot of fun.
And also come to our events. Oh, please, I really encourage everybody to come to the event. You will never regret that. It's gonna be the best event in your life.
Do you have any locations that you have already set that you're definitely going to?
Me?
Yes.
Me, I'm not sure yet, but definitely probably Japan, Korea, Tokyo for sure. Korea, sorry, not the Tokyo. Tokyo, Singapore, and then Korea, KBW for sure. Japan, most likely. And then I know before that we also have Turkey, event in Turkey. I'm not probably going, but we're gonna have one in a few weeks. Yeah, there's a lot. This summer is gonna be insane.
Yeah, very, very cool. I can't believe they can do these constant events in other locations when they're like only sometimes a month apart or even maybe like a few weeks apart, and they make it very welcome and special.
When it comes to Asia, like big shout out to Pengo Asia, to Ego Asia for putting so much effort, so much thought in organizing these events. Like they're putting insane work. Like I really admire them.
100%. Yeah. Okay, so now that we kind of talked a little bit about Pudgy Penguins, I kind of wanted to talk about Millie a little bit. I know that you were in the Hong Kong Ecosystem Day and you kind of heard our 10-minute presentation talking about Millie and friends, but to maybe the people who are viewing, I just wanted to do a brief recap of who we've onboarded with Volume 2 on-chain art, which is Millie and friends. So little bit of an explanation. Millie and Friends is a PFP art collection that's on Abstract, currently minting. It's actually until the end of this month, and it's by a Japanese contemporary artist, Mago Nagasaka. This shown on the screen right now is one of his representative pieces, and he is a artist who uses e-waste from Ghana, Agbogblosi in particular, which is known as the world's largest e-waste graveyard because all of the developed countries like Japan, people like America, Europe, everywhere, we use electronics every day. We don't really think about where it ends up, and most of them are going to Africa, places like Agbogblosi. It's just piles and piles of e-waste. You can't see the ground. Animals live there, children live there, the elderly live there. It's become such a new norm for them that they make jobs out of it. They started burning these e-waste, extracting copper, iron, whatever they can sell to make like $3 to $5 a day. This has been not a sustainable environment because all the toxic fumes that come out the e-waste develops like health issues like cancer, and they pass away in their late 20s, early 30s. And when Mago went to Agbogblosi, saw this reality, he thought, oh my goodness, like I have to tell this reality to the world. How can I fix this? Because short-term donations don't help. It's not gonna solve anything by clearing out the whole e-waste either, because it is one of their income sources. So what he did was he started creating art like this. You can see that there's like keyboards, outlet cables, like motherboards, tons of e-waste that's just piles on there. He uses it. Right now, it's amazing because his artworks even go up to like in the millions USD, and whatever like part of the portions he reinvests back to Agbogblosi, not just donate. He builds schools, farms, recycling plants, a lot of different things, EV motor, even a museum. So that is the artist we're onboarding. It is really kind of encapsulating how art can positively change the world. So yeah, again, I know that we introduced this to you at the ecosystem event, but being a artist yourself, what are some comments you might have? I know it's definitely a unique collection and artist in Web3.
I think the best thing about art is that it's very purposeful, and I think it's very important when you create something in this world is to be clear about your intentions. And I really love that the intentions behind this is not just like, oh, this is a cool art, which is great. Like, don't get me wrong, I love that. It's a cool experience, but this makes you feel something. And maybe for a lot of people, they feel uncomfortable when they see something like this, when they hear about all those issues on that level. The first initial reaction is like you feel uncomfortable for different reasons, right? Because maybe you feel like you're not doing enough, or like you don't want to even know that those things going on in the world, but you must, right? Like the first step is the awareness. And I love when it's done not with hate, not with like, I don't really like activism when it comes to like hate and like destroying things. Like I'm not a supportive of that. I like activism that comes from love. Like you share about these problems because you genuinely care. So this is what I'm feeling from this. And I really hope people can resonate with that as much as I do.
I love that you bring that up, because definitely like Mago is just full of love. There was an AMA that we did about a month ago with the community, but he actually he visited Agbogblosi this year in January, and he got a super high fever of over 40 degrees. He was sent to the emergency room, just disastrous situation. And when he came back to Japan, got proper treatment and just checkups and everything, they found out that a part of his like shoulder blade on the right, the nerves have been kind of infected. So it's kind of, I guess, hard. It's not, how would you explain it, Soro-san? It's kind of like not dislocated, but
it's paralyzed in some extent, right now. Yeah. So because it's amazing because, you know, like what you said, what he's doing is full of love. So he's building his own community in the graveyard, pretty much the slums, right? And he hosts this like moon festival or festival for everyone to gather. He plays the taiko, you know taiko, right? And they dance to traditional Japanese music and music from Ghana. And when he was there, all of a sudden, like he started coughing blood, and his like nose was starting to bleed, and it ended up being like a virus. And now his like right shoulder, he's left-handed, but his right whole arm is paralyzed. It's gonna get better from just rehabilitation, but he had to actually cancel one of his big artworks that he was going to display at Osaka Expo because he is one of the main artists. So it's really unfortunate for him, and I mean for us too, because we've been, you know, supporting him, following him since when he only had like 6,000 followers, you know. So just seeing him finally reach the stage to, you know, for Ghana to show everyone what's happening, it just was very tragic for us that this happened. But at the same time, he was like, well, Million Friends came out, and although I can't fully draw right now, I'm using, you know, NFT as a medium to really convey the same message and get a lot of, you know, supporters to resonate and also follow his mission. So he always really cares. He's not like a technical person, but he really cares about Web3 and sees the potential of it. So even though this like a little bit difficult situation right now for him, he's still very you know, moving forward and trying to, you know, help Ghana with love and, you know, trying to say the message at the end. So.
And I think really, another very important point to bring up in this case is that because a lot of artists, especially in Web 2, they're still not really into the idea of NFTs, and a lot of people see it in a very, very negative light. So projects like this, they can really highlight why this can be important and why this can be impactful in a very positive way. Like I still feel one of the biggest goals that all of us have in Web3 is to bridge this gap between Web 2 and Web 3. So it's because again, a lot of people, when I talk about NFTs right now, they tell me from Web 2, they tell me, I thought NFTs are dead. Like people don't know that it's still there, that it's still alive, because mass market media don't talk about it at all. Like there's zero presence. But I feel like there is a future where both of us really benefit from, you know, bridging the gap and bringing more people from Web 2 to Web 3, because we can do a lot of great things together.
That's literally our mission, you know, really to bridge the gap between Web 2 and Web 3, because there's so many great stuff in Web 2 and there's so many solutions that Web 3 could solve. So really bridging that only makes it better. So I remember like kind of going back to what you said earlier about how like you didn't know anything and you just, you know, were a little bit nervous in the beginning, but people were like, helping you on board. And I think there was this one time, and I think it was like 2020, maybe 2 years, like people didn't want to share because they wanted to keep all the information, because at that time it was just like easy to make money. But I felt like that was just heading into the wrong direction, because if you know, shut down the doors, no one could come into Web3. And from the beginning, I wanted this to be a solution for a lot of people, not just like certain people, not just financial gains. I think there's something in Web3 for everyone, and people like us, like you, are going to be really important to kind of changing that sentiment narrative in the space and just keep growing the potential of what Web3 can really be. So yeah, I'm really just happy that you get it. First of all, some people don't get it, but yeah, let's keep trying to change the sentiment for sure.
I feel that. I feel like especially when you stay in Web 3 for too long, you kind of live in this bubble and you kind of forget a lot of those Web 2 things that we struggle with. You kind of miss them. So that's why I love, like Foxy, she said she's Web 2.5. And I love saying that I'm Web 2.5. Like I really resonate with that.
I love that. Yeah.
I agree.
But yeah, even with those hardships that Mago went through earlier this year, again, in the spaces he was he even said, like, I want to go to Agbogbos back there right now because I have so much love for this community. It's almost like my second home. And he's just very, very serious about creating a sustainable town there that's going to help them long term. So one of his biggest missions is to, well, obviously turn Agbogblosi into a sustainable town. But because this, like, burning of the e-waste, they're called burner boys, by the way, being a burner boy is too unsustainable. He wants to recreate jobs, whether that be anything that he's built, like as a teacher at the school, working at the recycling farm, or just growing coffee or moringa at the farm. So yeah, very amazing to see. And it's also amazing after you learn about his journey of how he kind of established himself in that position, because it wasn't easy. As some people might feel like he's just like maybe using the people there to, you know, bring more attention to his art or things like that, which is understandable. Like, I guess there are like wrong incentives sometimes, but he repetitively kept going back, connecting with the community, proved himself that he really cares for the community, now to the extent that even the government, like, you know, accepts him and is welcoming him to Ghana. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's interesting because actually, like I said, Mago has been in the space since 2022, and he was actually the reason why I fully committed in Web3. Because I used to work for a startup company back in the States and bringing that to the business to Japan, and you know, COVID hit. I was just like, you know, looking at different projects and feeling like I want to, you know, build my career in Web3, but it was just so new. I was just being a moderator, climbing up the ladder little by little, but can't really fully commit to something because obviously I need to have my own income, and I couldn't just give away my job that easily. But the current, I guess, our CEO right now, he I didn't even know what he looked like at the time. You know, me and Mochi, we all didn't know what we looked like when we first connected on Discord. But he reached out to me saying, like, there's this Japanese artist that's doing, you know, this social good. And I actually entered, you know, Web3 because I wanted to help people, not because of financial reasons. And that really kind of, you know, touched a spot in my heart where, like, okay, this is definitely something I want to do. Obviously no pay, but I was really committed. And it was a 300 supply collection, but I was able to build a community, a Japanese community that did not know about who he was. Like I said, he only had like 6,000 followers when I first met him. So when I first understand what he was doing and try to convey that to the community, they all start, you know, resonating with it and becoming like evangelists to his activities. And in that moment, when we sold out, I'm like, I want to quit my other job and fully commit into Web3, and that's how like our company started. So yeah, definitely, I think, you know, what he's been doing is really strong, and I want to continue, you know, advocating for him, for a lot of people to know what he's doing. Yeah, I was gonna say something, but I think like when I was rambling, I lost my train of thought.
That happens, I'm sure. But to add on to what Sora mentioned a little bit earlier about like NFTs being a new type of his like medium to reach a new audience, it's amazing because it's not normal for an artist in Japan to sell like millions and millions of art sales like consecutively year after year. But Mago has been breaking his records ever since, like every year. 2023 he did 4 million, 2022 he did 4 million, 2023 he did 7 million, last year he did 10 million finally. So that's one thing. But another thing that's surprising about that is most of the purchasers are from Japan. And in Japan, art is still for the, well, elite or like luxury. It's, yeah, not very accessible for all. So to be so successful in a country where art isn't really mainstream, it's amazing to see the support and people who resonate with him. So when we imagine, what if we let everyone know about his mission worldwide, like how many people are going to resonate with him and how positive of an impact can we make through NFTs? Because we do really believe that it's one of the tools, or I guess mediums, that really does reach a global audience unlike any other. So yeah, that is why Millie and Friends was born. And to talk a little bit more about why we called it Millie and Friends, it's actually from this character that Mago created out of e-waste. She's called Millie. Her name is Millie, and she's a very special character because when you look at her eye, I don't think you can tell here, but there's a very special, like in her right eye, there's a place where you can insert like certain chips, and she can get all these abilities, whether that be like kung fu or like dancing or like whatever that is. So she has all this like special abilities that she can input. So she's kind of the one that helps create and turn the slum into a sustainable town. So all of the NFTs that we're minting are her friends. So when you mint a piece, you become her friend to help carry Mago's mission and story. So that is where our title comes from. So yeah. That is kind of the gist of our collection, and it also looks like this. Well, when you take a closer look at even the sculpture, he not only does like flat artworks, her hair is made out of cassette tapes, her nose is a keyboard cap. Like you can really tell that every part is made from e-waste. And this is a sneak peek of what our collection looks like. But every single trait is actually originally from Mago's physical and existing artworks. So, well, this is easy to tell because you just saw Millie, but he's created over 2,000 physical art pieces in the past. So, like, whatever trait you see, it exists somewhere in his artwork, somewhere in the world. So that's another like fun thing to look at. We also have this trait hunt going on right now where we shared a folder that has Mago's artworks, and you get to vote the final trait to include in the collection. So yeah, that is our collection.
It's very unique, right?
No,
Yeah,
this
what
looks really cool.
looks. We want honest opinions. We've had some people say like, oh, this isn't really my style. Like, I think it's very artsy. Like, I love it. Like, we have very mixed opinions. So any honest thoughts were very helpful.
I definitely feel like you need to, for collection like this, you need to resonate with the idea. You really need to know about the topic. So for people who have no context, like maybe for them, it will be a little bit harder to resonate with it. If you don't mind going to the previous page. And I feel like, I feel like there's so many little details here to pay attention. So like once you really know what is this about, then you really get to appreciate why it has so many details. Because I've seen the art before, like I think one of the profiles, I think Sarah, your PFP, and there's so much going on, right? And if you don't know, like people with ADHD right now with this short attention span, they might be like, oh, like there's just too much, right? They just like not really understand. So I feel like our goal, like your guys' goal, to make sure like people really know why this is special, and then it's just becomes so deep, and that's why it's so beautiful. I love that. It's like with art, when you go to art museums, sometimes you look at the picture, you're like I don't really care, like I don't get it, but then you read the description, you're like, oh, and now you connect with it on such a deeper level, and that bond is like very, very strong. Like I think this is really cool. Yeah, I think this is really cool.
Emoji freeze. No, she always rugs once in every stream.
It's
so.
okay. It happens all the time. Every single
like
space. I know. It's okay. Hello, welcome back.
We're back. Somewhat back.
It was a very quick rug today, thank gosh. But yeah, thank you for the comment. We also see people in the chats mentioning that they can give honest feedback. So please do. We're not gonna like ban you or anything from the chats. So any feedback, thoughts are appreciated. Again, Vera, we know you are an artist yourself, but are you also an art collector? Do you collect any NFTs outside of Pudgy's or even like IRL art?
So when it comes to NFT, I only have one, and it's low Pudgy. I don't have any other NFTs. I only, because Pudgy is like, it's Pudgy. Like if you guys know, like I'm the girl who always wears merch. Like it's like I'm obsessed. But when it comes to real art, because I keep traveling around Asia, it's a little bit hard for me to buy physical things. So I just take pictures of everything. Like I have so many photos. my lifestyle is kind of chaotic. So while I wish there's so many things I would love to bring home, I can't. It's sad, but what I started doing is I started taking pictures of like the art I see on the street, or like even like, you know, like little objects that impactful, like meaningful to me, like a bracelet or something. I take pictures of that and I create like a digital diary. I just like put those things there and I can go through pages and like see it, like those special moments that happen to me. So maybe this is not like physical art, and it's like art I make myself for myself. I'm not planning on sharing it with anybody except my closest friends, maybe, but I do like to keep those memories in my little book. So that's the only way I can do it right now. But maybe after I settle, if I settle one day, oh my god.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. And I totally understand. I myself kind of hop back and forth in multiple locations within Japan. So I totally understand the struggle. But I did bring this up because actually, when you mint a couple of million friends, 3 or 10 in particular, you get to purchase a physical version of your minted piece with like touches, his signature, official serial number by Mago Creation, and everything like that. So yeah.
Wait, that's so cool. Wow,
it will be
that.
at an additional cost, just to mention, but very cool. I might bring up the YouTube.
Do a photo? My YouTube works too. Actually, YouTube is better. Yeah, because like I mean, like I don't want to talk about price too much, but like Mago's artworks are really expensive right now, so it is a really reasonable price. Some people might say like, oh, it's an additional fee, but it's like, you know, it's very affordable compared to other works, and I think knowing where he's heading in the next 5 years, the value is going to increase. It's not going to be like a quick, you know, one ETH next day like how people expect it in the space, but I guarantee you it is going to be a very rare art collectible.
It's
because I actually bought one before and it's already like double.
I know because I wanted to buy a piece when I first entered Appas, and I was like, oh, this is like okay, like maybe like 2K, 3K. I might be able to buy it in a couple of months later. And then when I checked, it was like double the price already, and I was like, oh my gosh, I totally missed the opportunity. And now it's just not to talk about price too much, but that is how Mago is. And from now on too, he recently announced that he's going to be going to Stanford to, maybe Sora, you can talk about that more because you're more informative on his mission going to Stanford. But that, and also Sora also mentioned that he was supposed to have this monument in the World Expo, which has unfortunately been canceled, but he does have this other big piece in a different pavilion. So yeah, a lot of work outside of Web 2 for sure. So you'll see.
Yeah, it definitely, I think he's going to start growing globally. Like, I don't really want to say Web 2, Web 3, but like especially in Web 2, he's going to start growing a lot more. Since he recently got like nominated as one of the most influential people for social good, and he's going to be at Stanford researching about how to actually, you know, make a slum into a sustainable town, which is no one has ever done it. So if he actually is able to do this by 2030, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets like a Nobel Prize award for it as well. So a lot of things happening in the background, and he has this big collaboration coming up, which I cannot say, I think, but it's also a very global, like very famous figure. I think everybody knows him.
Wait, do I know this?
Why do I have an idea? I know who it is. I hope I know who it is, because if it's someone I know who it is, then it's like one of my favorite artists, but maybe it's not. So I don't know.
It's not an artist though. Yeah, it's a. I don't know. Wait, it's a sports player.
I don't know.
Are
we getting alpha this stream or not? Are we?
I thought you knew, Mochi. We can't say it, but with that famous, it's a sports player. That's what I'll say.
Oh, is it a baseball player?
No, it's not all Anyways, a lot more coming up. So
That's my favorite. Sure. Like, when people talk about alpha, and it's like kind of know but don't know, and everybody's just like so vague about it.
Yeah. Okay, so I just want to briefly show you what the physical art looks like. Let me bring that up. This is a 2-minute video. we went to his studio to see how he's going to create these pieces.
これはタキシード着てたので、ベストドレッサー賞に僕が出た時のことを思い出したので、ベストドレッサーって勝ったぜってウィンって書いてます。まあウォンだけど、ちょっと待ってください。なんだろう、ああ可愛くなるこれで。このなんか女の子がこう「っていう強い意志を感じたので、黒い星は絶対輝くっていうふうに言ってます。はい、まあこんな感じでいただいたフィジタル制作してきますんで、お待ちしてます。
Yeah. So that is a sneak peek of what the physical art is going to be looking like. We have a bunch of different background colors. So what was shown is just white, but there's going to be a variety. And you just saw two different pieces, an original artwork and a special e-waste artwork. The original artwork is a signature and like additional touches, and the special e-waste version has actual e-waste on top of that. So you actually get to contribute to, you know, clean up the e-waste from Bubble Sea as well. So
I
that
find it so beautiful to see people like care about these things, because like, especially, maybe I'm a little bit wrong, but I feel like one of the reasons why I am staying in Asia is that people these and like kind of helping each other. And was it me ragging?
yeah, a little
Anyway,
bit.
it's okay. So I was saying, like, I feel like what I was lacking a little bit when I was living in America, is that people are very individualistic, which is great. Like, it's very, very important. But I also miss that part about just being human and just like caring about other people just for the sake of caring it. And of course, we all want to make money and like we all want to be successful and happy ourselves. But I feel with joy every time I see someone genuinely care and like putting all their life just to contribute and to make this world better. And maybe it's, what's the word? How do I say it in English? Like someone who just dedicates themselves to help others. What's the English term?
Like a philanthropist.
Okay, everybody, yeah, philanthropic. Like, yeah, a lot of people, maybe they kind of look down on that because they're like, oh, like, I don't know, like, and sometimes it feels almost like awkward to just like help others or like do something for others. I don't know, like I found myself feeling that a few times when I want to do like a kind gesture, but my initial thought is like, oh, I shouldn't be too involved, like I shouldn't be doing that, like, or maybe like someone else will. But like every time you push yourself out of your comfort zone and you do this one step to make the world better, to just be kinder, just for the sake of it, it's like that's what genuinely makes me the most fulfilled. And I think one of the reasons I do like Pudgy is because Pudgy branding is all about kindness. It's all about supporting each other. There are a lot of projects we do just to help other people as well. Like even like with the event where we donated money for people who like suffered through the earthquake. We didn't plan that. It just like it happened and a lot of people already flew in. I'm like, okay, we're gonna, even though the mood is down, like we're gonna still go with the event and we're just gonna make it more useful, more helpful to other people. And I think maybe that's why from this, it's like a random project, but no, like I can see the impact, I can see the idea, I can see that this is worth fighting for. And that's why I love your guys' project as well. I like that you have background. It's not just NFT for the sake of NFT, it's for the better good, and it's art. So it's like both of the things that I like a lot.
Yeah, thank you for bringing that up. Shachi also left a comment saying that I don't think people would buy this because of the gains, which I understand. Like, as you even said, Vera, like we do want to make money and have fun and like get all the best in this space. So like it's totally understandable. It's not for everyone. To be very honest too, we packed tons of utilities in it, which I think may have confused some of the people. So we still do have a long way to go. Maybe after like Postman, people will start to truly see how meaningful the project is. So definitely in it for the long run. And
maybe I have a controversial take, maybe not everybody will agree with, but if you want to make an impact in the world, you need to have money. Like for me, like the reason why I want to work really hard to be successful, then I have more ways to help people. Because like right now, yes, there's so much I can donate, there's so much I can give, and I'll do it like with no money. But if I work hard and I get a little bit higher, then I can do more. So that's kind of how I see it.
100%. I agree with your take, because like money is not everything in my opinion, but it really does help you open up to new opportunities, like choices, and just as you mentioned, like helping others as well. So yeah, love that you mentioned that. And now we're just having a blast yapping, but it is about to hit the hour mark. And I just wanted to mention Pudgy Penguins obviously has a strong brand presence, very great NFT community. Millie and Friends has a powerful mission. So we do want to maybe see like a crossover somehow, someday. And Sora, if you want to bring up what we've prepared.
Oh, I thought you had it prepared.
The alpha! It's the alpha time, everybody! Let's go!
Wait, you don't have it like right now?
Wow, we're so prepared.
Quick comment, my friend Diego in the chat says, I love penguins, and yes, I love penguins too. We love penguins, all of us.
He said he got his license. That's cool.
Okay. I have it up. I got it.
Congratulations! I love that.
Ready?
Okay, so we
Bye.
mentioned in the beginning that we have a little surprise that the Pudgy community might appreciate, and this is it. We've been preparing this for a while now, and it's gonna be a little series. So this is the first part of it, and if you can bring it up, Sora.
Here you go. Oh, I have to remove something first.
Oh wait.
I love your background, by the way. Very, very abstract coded.
Yes.
How's my background? It's a wine art.
Very, sorry, not brand friendly. In Pudgy, we are family brand. We don't drink. I definitely don't have hangover because I just landed in Korea and met my friends yesterday. Definitely not.
Okay. Oh, can I bring it up on stage now?
Yes, please.
Wow.
That's
like a little Luca.
Yes.
Luca.
You immediately recognize Luca in there. On the right is Millie, and we're doing this mini manga series that we're going to be launching on X. Again, this is the first part of it, and Millie is visiting Luca or the Pudgy's Pudgy world to see and find out that the igloo is melting. So yeah, this story is going to keep developing. You'll probably learn more, find out more about Millie as the series progresses. So yeah, our Twitter is linked in the bio, so give us a follow.
Pudgy Penguins manga, that's so exciting. Oh my god.
Right? We've never seen content like this, and you know, obviously it's not like officially from Pudgy Penguins, but we really, you know, admire that community. And like you say, you know, Pudgy is all about kindness. And I know when I was talking to Foxy in Hong Kong, she told me how much, you know, she cares about global warming. And that was always in the back of my head. And knowing that Millie has this powerful message where she's conveying what Mago is doing in the real world as a character, I thought combining these two together and creating a story that's going to be focused on environmental issues. So it looks cute, but it does tackle an issue that we should, you know, have more awareness about. So please look forward to how the story will evolve. Maybe more Pudgies will come out. Who knows? But
let's go. Yeah. And the question that probably everybody will have after seeing this: can I get my Pudgy in?
I have actually your Pudgy in
Are you serious? Oh my god. Let's go, my little girl. Oh, I'm so happy. Thank you. I can't wait
Yes.
to see you.
I won't give out the details, but I thought when I saw your Pudgy, I knew the right position to put it in this story. So please
It's the
look forward to it.
floating thing. It's the floating
It's the
thing.
floating thing. It's the floating thing.
I see. As an artist, I get it.
Yeah, but ooh, what's the handle to follow? It's Harvest Hall _IO. Quick plug. Thank you, Diego. And he's also asking who is the artist, if you want to reveal, Swara.
Oh, so he's actually part of our team. His name is Mugi. He's in the work. He works on a lot of different creatives. I could also, if you could share maybe his Twitter, something, but very great artist. He's super quick too. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. I was gonna say something that I forgot again. Oh yeah. So what's really cool about this is kind of, Harvest Hall has been like an experimental project itself, onboarding artists into Web3, and we all know physical art. We're not really competing with physical art. We know that there's like a new expression, a new form of experience that you could do because it is digital art. And with this as well, I want to actually show Mago's community, like his Web2 fans, what Pudgy is as well through this manga collection. And I think that's going to be an interesting way because I think his fans don't know what Pudgy is, but through this manga, people kind of, see these two cute characters come together. But then when the story unfolds, you realize how, there's actually a really serious problem in the world. And I feel like that
I
gap
have a quick question.
creates a very
I have a
strong
quick question.
Yeah.
Are you planning on sharing this on Web2 platforms as well?
This one, since it is a fan art, I didn't want to do that just because I think there's like licensing issues. But if this short series becomes a hit, maybe we could have Luca and Mago meet up one day, and then we actually could really do something together.
That'd be cool.
I feel like just like licensing stuff, I feel like I shouldn't do that.
No, that's
Maybe
it. I was just curious.
Yeah. But let's see. It is a very short series.
Yeah.
But if it's something that, the people are interested in, I would love to keep growing it. Because manga is one of those really powerful ways to really tell the story of the characters. And I think people in Web3 immediately go to anime, which
I
just
love
takes a
the
lot
art.
of money,
This looks
right?
super
Yeah.
cute.
Oh, yeah.
Super, super cute.
Yeah, Mugi is amazing.
And I have a quick question in the chat. If I have onboarded Web2 creators into Web3, the answer is not yet, but in Pudgy, we work with a lot of Web2 creators that help us create. And I would say we can also use an example of Pudgy Penguin. Like, it's becoming very popular on X, even though we initially didn't plan to have him as a Web3 artist, but people in the community love his art, so it's always nice to see. Sorry for interrupting the stream.
Yeah,
Giving people attention.
Yeah, no, thank you. But yeah, perks for coming on our stream. Thank you, Vera. You shall expect your Pudgy in the manga in the coming series.
I have a question before we finish.
Of course.
I wanted to ask a little bit about I don't know what the event in Japan, like this blockchain week or whatever it's going to be. Like, you guys have any plans, anything fun that you're planning for that period of time?
I think like here the summertime, right? WebEx.
Yes, it's gonna be late August.
Yeah, in June there is actually NFT Art Tokyo that's been like going on. I think this is the 6th one, but I think it's gonna be smaller this year. So definitely in August is the time. But heads up, it's super hot, like Dubai.
Oh my god, yeah. Yep.
I'm just really like I'm always thinking if I can come a little bit earlier because I love Tokyo and I miss Tokyo. It's been a while since I went, so I'm like I would love to come and maybe just hang out and do something.
Please, if you come, let's hang out.
I would love that. Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, but thank you, Vera, for joining. It has been an amazing conversation. You just get it. So this stream has been so easy for me to post as well. For those of you who are watching, make sure to give Vera a follow. It is at VeraBrandT00 on X. So
side note, I tried so hard to get aloe vera tag it belongs to that account that was inactive since like 2016 or something. And I'm like, yo, please, I really need, and I don't know how to get it. So if anybody knows how I can get a dead account, please let me know.
I totally understand. But yeah, we will let you know if you find out about anything. And before we leave off, if you want to mention anything about Pudgy, if you want to direct people to your art, how can we check it out? Go for it, please.
Yes, definitely. So before we finish the stream, I would like to ask everybody who's watching to just do one act of kindness today. If it can be a compliment to a stranger, if it can be like hugging your mom or like saying something nice to your sibling, you like feed a cat, like whatever, all those little things that you might consider cringe, they are cringe, but we're here to embrace cringe and become happy. So if you guys can just spend a few minutes and do something kind, even if it's like even a message, like anything, I would really appreciate that. That would mean everything to me. That's the only thing that I want. Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Vera. That's so sweet.
I love that.
Yeah. Finish the stream off. So
Thank you, Vera-san.
Thank
Thank you, Sora-chan.
Something of respect.
Hi. Thank you for
Sora-chan.
having me. Sora-chan, Moti-chan. Oh, we gotta do we gotta do Moti-chan. Hi. Nani
You know your trends. I love it. But we are definitely gonna catch you around either online or in Tokyo. Please hit us up when you're in Tokyo. We'd love to hang out with you. Thank you, Vera, again for hanging out with us.
Thank you for having me.
Soon.
I'll see you guys soon. Thank you for having me. Bye.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye bye. じゃあ、バイバイ。